Hey y'all, it's your girl Saucy Steph, and this is the NSTY WRK podcast, here to talk to you about all things black, queer, and pop culture. Now let's get into some nasty work in the music industry. The Washington Post has reported that Sean Diddy Combs is facing a whole new wave of allegations. While the details are ongoing, major headlines are the victim profiles, some of them being minors. Now here's my take on some nasty work. It's been 30 years in this industry. Diddy has mentored plenty of celebrities, plenty of artists, and I don't believe he's the first or the last to take advantage of his power. The rest of them will be under the jail, but we'll start with you. Do you know Mark Robinson? The man from North Carolina running for governor? Well, let's get into some nasty work. Filthy, really. CNN has reported that Mark Robinson has multiple accounts on some interesting adult entertainment websites. And this ain't no Pornhub. It's NSTY WRK to be exact. The porn ain't the problem, okay? What's interesting is he's found in the comments saying that he's a black Nazi. And maybe a little more interesting that he's super into transgender porn, this super Christian, this super anti-black man. Now, porn is porn. We all watch it. Ain't nothing. But I think it's another level of freaky to create community in the message boards, to allow yourself to be called a black Nazi and then follow up with Martin Lucifer Coon. For those of you that don't know, when I'm not podcasting, I'm bartending. Now, if you're not familiar with Wilmington, it's always been urban. It's always been black. Now, 10 years ago, the gentrification may have not been in our faces. However, not only are you seeing it in the residencies, you see it in the transplants, and now your food and beverage experience. Downtown Wilmington has always been urban. It's always been black. And as many white faces as you see, there will still be zombies, and there will still be black people like me patronizing these businesses. Unless you make me feel unwelcome. And that's something I see in my day-to-day every day. Now, here's my take on this nasty work in downtown Wilmington. The nightlife scene is trash. And this is why. Now let's get into this gentrification. There's always a conversation of, but is it making the city better? Is it making it cleaner? Is it making it more profitable? No, it's not. When black people don't have anywhere to go, anywhere to hang out, we're not spending our dollar, and that's what they want. However, there's nowhere to spend it. We're just creating a lounge culture, and I don't want to buy a $20 sandwich. And lastly, we need more intentional urban spaces. We've got things like 10K Vintage Closet that do great, and they do great things for the community. We've got Oath 84 with the best lamb chops you've ever had for a reasonable price. What we don't need is another experience by Deabara. It's too much. I'm over it. And this was the first episode of NSTY WRK podcast. I'm your girl, Saucy Steph, Freaky Kiki Wyatt, Mr. Ticket Girl, Mr. Borrower Back, all that, whoever you want me to be. Make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever, on any podcast platform. And at me if you nasty.